Hello everyone, welcome back to Calliope Music Reviews. My name is Colin, and if you've been here before, I hope you know that this is the music canon. Alright, so there have been lots of interesting new records to come out recently, and this one I think is falling a little under the radar for many who may be into this kind of sound. Of course, as you've seen by the title of this video, I'm talking about the Houston, Texas alt-country band Shallowater and their sophomore studio album, God's Gonna Give You $1 Million. Now, Shallowater is a relatively new group, a three-piece consisting of a bassist, drummer, and lead singer slash guitarist that describe themselves as born where the Dust Bowl never died, making music that they call raw West Texas dirt gaze. And I would venture to say that's a pretty accurate description of their sound as debuted on their 2023 album, There Is a Well. That record really captured a quite depressive and lonely Western feel, anchored in these very tempered slowcore progressions and even some Midwest emo and shoegaze guitar work. And that sound really just continues its natural development on this new record, God's Gonna Give You $1 Million. So yeah, as much as the album title will have you to believe, this is not a happy album at all. Going into this, do not expect any brightness or real optimism or even speed of any kind. This is a downcast, heavy record exploring slow rhythms of soft cymbals, tired guitar, and lead singer Blake Skipper's mid-tone and nostalgic vocal style. Most of the album feels like a lonely horseback rider wandering in the Texas plains looking for some sort of lost purpose, like Travis from the 1984 Wim Wenders film Paris, Texas. The second track, Sadie, and its downturned guitars really remind me of the depressed and slow riffs you'll hear in Mark Kozelisk's Sun Kill Moon or Red House Painters projects of the late 90s and early 2000s. And it's honestly a pretty relaxing sound as the soft buzz of those indie guitars steadily climb and fall over the little bassline hills and that tempered percussion. It's quite nice. Now, it can be a little tedious and repetitive as shallow drums and bass lines wander a bit in the lengthier progressions, for sure. However, these do lead to some incredibly explosive moments of shoegaze-esque guitar and shaking percussion that just release loads of tension, resulting in a notably lonely and desperate catharsis. And it's when the band leans in on this feeling in the heavier climactic moments where the album becomes truly crushing, most notably during the finale of the fifth track, Ativan. And, of course, the country embellishments like Skipper's vocals and the eerie pedal steel guitar add to the record's Western Plains motif, sinking the listener deeper and deeper into this lonesome country road. Now, it's not necessarily an inventive sound or a direction country hasn't been down before, but its emotional impetus remains a strong reflection of the downsides to an isolated upbringing and lifestyle. And this lifestyle is further explored lyrically as Skipper describes heavy scenes of homesickness and an overwhelming feeling of missing one's cherished moments of the past and missing the loved ones that one may not be so connected to or anymore. The prose here is vague, but it is all encompassed in a distinct Texas gloom of empty planes and hearts and incoming tornadoes to take everything one loves away before even getting the chance to say goodbye. The record almost sounds like this wandering road is caving in on you as the vocalist drives further and further away from hope, no longer able to escape traumatic memories and insurmountable mistakes of some sort. It's a slow burn of mad cow's disease, as Blake Skipper describes a sedate hopelessness with these lines from the fifth song, Ativan. Call the dogs off, let me come down easy. Old times could never know how dark the dust would grow. A man can't live on Ativan and ice chips, but they can keep him kicking. So yeah, as you can see, the album's orals are quite dark and a quite effective darkness that really go hand in hand with the music on display. Okay, so all in all, I think it's pretty clear that this record has a lot going for it. Like I said, it can be a little too tempered at times and even a little sleepy, especially if you're unfamiliar with this kind of slowcore sound before going into this record. But damn, is it just devastating when that spooky little steel pedal glides into such immense guitars and dejected vocals. It's an emotional output that cannot be ignored. Therefore, Shallowater's God's Gonna Give You $1 Million earns a downhearted but quite satisfying 7.5 out of 10 for the music canon. And I definitely recommend the two longer, more fleshed out tracks, Sadie and Ativan, as the record's high points. And alright, that'll do it for this little album review. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We got more on the way. But as always, don't take my opinion in stone. Go listen to the record, form your own opinion, and let me know what that is in the comments below. And feel free to suggest any other artists or albums that you would like me to take a look at in the future. And with that, this has been Shallowater, the music canon, and I will see all of you in the next one.